Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a really fascinating divide in the digital economy today, what we're calling the tale of two hustles. We're going to compare the instant gratification of content rewards right alongside the grueling but honestly incredibly lucrative reality of building repeatable business systems. So let's just dive straight in and look at the data. Okay, let's dive into this. There's a promoter on the whop platform named Eric, and he's broadcasting a message that is practically irresistible. I mean, it's a little hard to believe, right? He's claiming that people are literally getting paid to post simple clips, with zero skills required. He's promising these high-end rewards, like an iPhone 17 Pro Max and straight cash, just for racking up views on pre-made videos. It totally targets that part of our brain that craves the maximum possible reward for the absolute minimum effort. But zero skills required? That phrase alone should immediately set off some alarm bells. Which brings us to the inevitable question. Is making money online really this simple? When a platform or promoter tells you that absolutely no skills are needed, you kind of have to stop and ask yourself what exactly it is you're trading to get paid. Because if you aren't providing a unique specialized skill, you're really just providing raw labor, or in this case, raw attention. So what's actually going on under the hood here? Let's uncover what exactly happens when you trade your time in this so-called clipping economy. Welcome to the clipping economy. This is a space driven by platforms like content rewards, and let me tell you, it is not a small niche. The data shows an absolute army of over 126,000 people who have jumped into this exact space, just chasing bounties. The whole model relies on this massive user base taking clips, like the audio from that Anima and Lisa song Bad Angel, or maybe some footage from a film called Kraken, and just spamming them across their personal social media accounts. We're talking TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X. You are essentially signing up to be a micro-distributor for brands and creators. So how do you actually get paid for being a micro-distributor? Well, if we break down some of the live clipping campaigns out there, the most important metric you'll see is the CPM. That stands for cost per mil, basically exactly how much cash you earn for every 1,000 views your specific clip generates. And the variety here is wild. You've got Infinite Campani offering a really high $5 CPM, then you've got PJ Trades D&Q offering 85 cents, and Master Munoz is way down at just 40 cents. But here is the catch, and it's a big one. You have to look at the budget. These campaigns have strict financial caps, like $1,000 or $5,000. The second that army of 126,000 users eats up that budget, the payouts stop completely. It is a highly competitive, frantic race for a very fixed, very limited pool of money. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive variance in how these different brands actually value your attention. You jump from generic reposts paying out 40 cents to a specific film promotion at $2.50, all the way up to $5. If you are operating in this economy, your entire success depends on constantly hunting down these high-paying bounties before the well runs dry. You are completely at the mercy of whatever campaigns just happen to be available on any given day. You don't own the system at all, you're just participating in it while the funds last. Let's zero in on that 40 cents for a second, because that was the lowest CPM we saw in the data, tied to campaigns that literally just ask you to repost already made clips. Let's actually do the math on this business model. At 40 cents per 1,000 views, you would need to generate 2,500 views just to earn a single solitary dollar. Think about that for a second. You would need 2.5 million views just to make $1,000. When you put it into perspective and realize how many thousands of views it actually takes to earn any meaningful cash, that promise of zero skills required looks a lot less like a gold rush and a lot more like a relentless, exhausting grind for micropennies. Let's shift gears and see how this builds into the larger picture of digital entrepreneurship. Because alongside the thousands of people chasing those micropennies, there are people out there trying to build actual structural value. We're pivoting away from the hype, the illusion that you can get rich quick without any skills, to the hard reality that sustainable, scalable income usually requires intense effort, a good amount of initial failure, and a fundamentally different approach to business altogether. Enter a creator named Audrey Dominas. Her story perfectly captures this reality. She said, "I spent 9 months failing at Shopify until I realized one thing. Hard work without the right system is just spinning your wheels." Audrey admits she used to think making money online was just a get-rich-quick scheme. She spent hours and hours building stores that literally nobody visited and running ads that just burned through her cash. Because whether you are trading your time for low-tier clipping rewards or you're just blindly guessing at e-commerce without any real structure, the result is exactly the same. It leads straight to burnout and empty pockets. But here is the amazing part. Audrey didn't stay stuck in that cycle of failure. Fast forward to today, and she recently revealed she officially crossed the incredible $15,000 to $20,000 mark with her store. I mean, that is a massive leap from chasing 40-cent CPMs, right? And I want to emphasize something absolutely crucial based on her own words. She didn't hit this mark through some magic product. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't luck or a viral video at all. This financial milestone was the result of a structural shift in her business model. She stopped relying on luck and moved entirely toward relying on architecture. She basically replaced all that chaos and trial and error with what we can call the repeatable success process. This is the specific, actionable blueprint that Audrey used to finally break out of her 9-month failing streak and start building actual, scalable value. Unlike the clipping economy, where your income just resets to zero the exact moment you stop posting, here you're building a real asset. You are doing the heavy lifting up front to create an engine that consistently generates revenue for you over time. Now, what's really interesting about this process is her exact step-by-step blueprint. Step 1, find products with high perceived value. You aren't in a race to the bottom for pennies anymore. You are selling something that people inherently value. Step 2, design a store that builds trust instantly. Remember, she used to build stores nobody visited. Now she focuses entirely on trust because that's the only thing that actually converts a visitor into a buyer. And step 3, use an ad strategy that doesn't eat your margins. She stopped burning cash on blind ads and started vigorously protecting her profits. It's a deliberate, engineered approach to commerce. So, the crucial point is this. The undeniable contrast between these two paths couldn't be clearer. The clipping economy offers a remarkably low barrier to entry, literally 0 skills required, but it traps you in this exhausting cycle of micro penny rewards where you're constantly fighting over capped budgets. Conversely, true e-commerce and digital business building, like the path Audrey took, absolutely requires upfront failure. You have to learn hard skills. But once you survive that learning curve and actually implement a repeatable, trust-based system, you're no longer trading your time for fractions of a cent. You are building real, undeniable, long-term value. Which brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself when you're navigating this digital landscape. Are you going to chase that easy, frictionless 40-cent CPM, knowing it's a treadmill that never truly ends? Or are you willing to endure the learning curve, build your skills, and construct that $20,000 system? The data and the stories are right there in front of you. The choice of which hustle to pursue is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you map out your next move.